sound. It was bittersweet. Voices calling out from an aching heart, getting so much closer by staying apart, singing a song of hope and love that will heal. You heard when I heard, I feel what you feel. We will survive, we will stay strong. Love is the word, and hope is the song. The streets are empty, but the sky is clear. You want somebody and can't have them near, taking shelter where you can when the world is at stake. Alone together, trying hard not to break, singing a song of hope and love that will heal. You heard when I heard, I feel what you feel. We will survive, we will stay strong. Love is the word, and hope is the song. A song for the lonely, the tired and the weary. A song for the broken, the mighty. Can you hear me? Get beyond our pride and greed, share everything that we need. We won't be ignored. We will be restored. Singing a song of hope and love that will heal. You heard when I heard, I feel what you feel. We will survive, we will stay strong. 'Cause love is the word, and hope is the song.
Good morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast. As Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
So I grabbed myself and called 888-994-4995 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning.
So get ready for the time of your life.
Shake off your sleepies, buckle up, because it's showtime.
Woo! Welcome.
Maybe not.
Turn down that light. Welcome. The button in the back, the two buttons in the back, to the morning show on a more. There you go. I might say that would be the same. Welcome to, where are we?
Monday morning.
The Monday Morning Madness. Try saying that 20
Monday
times.
Morning Madness. Where's Madness? Because you and I are both in Facebook jail.
That's right. So if anybody out there would like to share the show out and help us out, we're both in jail. We don't understand why. It makes no sense to me that I can't share on pages that I manage. If you want to say that I can't share it on these pages, okay. But these are my pages.
Yeah, I don't know.
So how can you say I can't share on my page?
I don't know. Anyway, happy Monday.
That is happy.
I can't go into grumpiness with you. We came out of Friday grumpy. I'm not going back in with you today.
Going grumpiness.
We had a new person with us, and she's like,
"Oh, I have to be in my best behavior." You got to be
in best behavior. It's like we have a company in the house.
I don't do
Taylor's
that.
laughing. She's like, "Yeah, here we go."
You would clean before the maid shows up to give her a job, right? Let me clean the house. So
it's all about.
Then the maid comes and says, "I don't have to do nothing but smoke a cigarette and sit out."
No, not so much. How was your weekend?
It was fantastic.
What did you do?
I watched the basketball game on Sunday.
The Heat?
You see, you can't appreciate.
You watched the Heat game?
No.
It was good, right, Slick?
The Heat
my
won.
weekend was very long, so I didn't catch the Heat game.
The Heat won because they're chasing the Knicks for the.
The Heat won like the final play.
Spot. But the Knicks were down to Zion, Z-I-O-N from the New Orleans Pelicans.
New Orleans what?
New Orleans Pelicans.
New Orleans is Pelicans?
The Pelicans.
Really?
Pelicans. That's a new one.
Pelicans?
Pelicans.
Yeah,
The New Orleans Pelicans. They changed the name because what
were they?
Hornets.
The Hornets. And they changed the
Charlie went to Hornets.
Well, because they're so similar, Hornets and Pelicans, I definitely would get
the
the same
Hornets
vibe.
went to Charlotte.
Yeah.
They became the Charlotte Hornets.
Charlotte
Okay.
No.
Charlotte Bob, whatever it is. So they started a new team in New Orleans, and they're the Pelicans. Pelicans. You know what a pelican is, right?
It's a bird.
Yeah. So they got Zion, which is a great basketball rookie kid. He's in his second year. He's really good. And they have Lorenzo Ball. Now, I thought Lorenzo Ball was Lorenzo, and they named him Mr. Ball because he's a good ball handler. That's his name.
This is his brother's in the league as well.
Wow.
His brother's in the league, LaMelo Ball.
Mellow Ball. So in comes the team to Madison Square Garden, the mecca of basketball. And the Knicks are down with 2.3 seconds to go. And they shoot a shot, and they tie the game. And then they destroy them in overtime. Knicks win. The Knicks win. So the Knicks have won 6 in a row.
That's good.
And the Miami Heat are chasing the Knicks, which is...
Heard the Heat won like the last 15 seconds of the
They
game
did?
yesterday.
I saw it. It's Bam Adebayo.
This is going to come down
shot.
to the Heat and the Knicks in the playoffs.
Can you imagine?
I think so.
Can you even imagine is all I can say.
Oh, I'm going to get a hoop. I'm going to put it right here. Me and Slick, I'm going to go to war. Can you imagine? We could play the girls and guys. We could play 2-2. We got enough kids in here. We could play basketball 5-on-5.
You play basketball?
Yes, you
Taylor?
do. Go like this.
Salsa?
Can you go like this? There you go. You play basketball.
They are.
We've got the youngest victim in here today.
The youngest victim.
She's still in high school.
Are you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
She must love this business.
Oh, she's insane.
We'll find out in a little bit. Graduation is what, in June or May? Wow.
Yeah.
What college are you going to?
UCI.
Well, you're going to Central UCF. You're going to Central to say. Good football team. Well, it's only been about 8 years that they've had a decent football
They
team.
all have good teams. So my son got sworn in on Saturday. He's an official attorney. He took his oath on Saturday. I went over, thank you. My cousin is a judge in Broward County, so we went to my parents and he swore him in. I showed you some pictures. He said I brought my robe just so it would look official.
Who, your uncle?
My cousin.
Your cousin?
And
He's supposed to wear that.
he's supposed to, so he's a judge at Broward County Courthouse. I don't know, it's been a long time, which was really nice because he actually gave Aaron his first taste in college on the summer of what it was like to be on the bench. And since then, he's always been there. And it's kind of like the whole family legacy. My grandfather was an attorney, and he helped
Tell
get
me about the house.
my parents' house.
Yeah. Who did they swear in there as well?
Just Aaron.
No, wasn't there somebody, a grandfather or father?
So my grandfather was an attorney and back from Prohibition. So my dad has all the articles from Prohibition, and he was one of 13. So he and his brother were these big Prohibition attorneys in New York back in the day. Moved down here, and then my grandfather retired, but was very politically active down here in the legal scene and politics and everything. Then he helped my cousin become judge in Broward County. And when my cousin went to swear Aaron, and he's 65, so he's been around a little bit, but his stories were amazing. He said, it was at my parents' house. He said, I was standing in this house when I told Grandpa that I passed the bar. And we looked at him, we went, really? So now he's 65. This is what, you're looking 40 years ago. He said I was standing right there, and he walks over there during this whole thing. I was standing here when I told Grandpa that I passed the bar. He says, and a matter of fact, I was standing, he goes to the other side of the house, right here when I told Grandpa I got into law school. And then he told this story on his first job. He said, in my first job, I took the letterhead. He said, and I circled my name, and I sent Grandpa a letter. Now, it's my grandfather, my son's great-grandfather, right? So this is the legacy that I said I wouldn't be here without you. And it brought him to tears. It was like this amazing emotional thing to see.
And this is at your mother's
This is at my parents' house, to see my grandfather, my cousin, and my sister was there helping do the oath, and then Aaron, like all of these generations passed it down to Aaron. And at my parents' house were all of these things that happened, which nobody knew except my cousin. So it was really nice. So Aaron was really happy and excited, and it has been a journey. You know, last year he didn't even have graduation. No one had graduation last year. The bar got postponed 3 times. He finally took it in February, and he passed. And now he's off to D.C.
Family business.
Now he's off to D.C. in the fall.
You ever guys ever watch Blue Bloods? Family business. You should check it out. You know, it's old school meets new school. It's kind of cool.
So it was very cool. The stories were really great, things that we had never heard, and it was, you know, something nice to be said about keeping it small. Last year, everything shut down, so there was nothing. This year, small is good. So you're grateful for the little things. So it was nice. And then yesterday, I went to dinner with some other cousins. Thank you.
And it's a journey. Now the journey begins.
We love the journey. But, you know, you look back on your life, and he looks back, and you know, you start reminiscing, and he says, I remember when this happened. And I remember when this happened. And then he went all the way back to middle school. I actually have to text his middle school English teacher. He says, I wonder what she would be thinking. He went to Omni Middle School, what she would be thinking now. I'm like, well, let's just tell her. He says all the things. Aaron was the type of kid that if you could get an 89, it was good enough. Like, why even go further? Because an 89.5 was an A, so to hit, so it was good. But in law school and as an attorney, you can't get that 89.5 anymore if you want to pass the bar and you want to do what you got to do. You got to really push. So this has been a whole reawakening of pushing to get exactly what you want to do. So he did it.
He cleared the hurdle.
He cleared that hurdle.
I got to tell you, I tip my hat to people that do things that I set out to do and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, but you do other things. Your calling is
but
other
I wanted
things.
to go to medical school and I couldn't stand the sight of blood. And I
That's a
wanted to go to
problem.
law school and I decided to get married instead. But I got to tell you, it takes a lot of energy to do. And the thing about law is that now his career, his journey begins a whole different thing. Now he's got to make it happen. You know, he has a good job waiting for him and everything else, but he's got to turn it around. What's wrong with your knee?
It hurts.
So what, you got a pink rubber band on it?
No, it's tape.
Do you think that tape really works?
You
It
taped
does.
your knee.
That's athlete's tape.
Yeah, it's KT tape.
What does it do? Does it keep you from moving it?
It's magic.
What's in it?
I don't know what's in it, but it takes the pain away.
How did you hurt your knee?
It helps support the muscles so I don't have to do as much.
So why doesn't she wear a knee brace?
Because I hate knee braces and they don't stay on. Especially when you get all sweaty. It's a knee brace that
How do you take that off?
you get it wet. I typically take it off in the shower, you soak it, and you gently peel it off.
You see, I couldn't wear that.
Yeah. 'Cause
No, you had hairy legs. That
I
would be
would have
kind
to
of like
shave my
painful.
body to
Yeah.
put that thing on.
I put it every once in a while on Zach's legs, and it kind of works.
It'd be like a
Kinda.
giant Band-Aid.
Jesus, you look like you got a giant pink.
We got a full house here. Everyone's in the house. Busy things. I got lists. My lists have lists for the crew. So that's
Today's
what
gonna be
happens on
good. Did you
Sundays.
guys see over the news what happened in Mars?
Did you see it?
Helicopter took off in Mars and went zip.
That's like a drone helicopter.
It's like a 19-inch little mini, but it's the first time that we've ever flown anything on another world.
But you know what's
like Star
so
Trek.
cool about that? Besides that, it went off Mars. The company that created it, they were not part of NASA.
NASA no longer exists.
And they were not part of Elon Musk. It's another company that created this little drone to go up. So imagine getting that call and saying
It worked.
your helicopter's going up and what that feels like. And she's a woman.
The leader of the
So-
and the leader of the space deal is a woman. But what I got a big kick at is that I saw these young kids in California this morning, and they look like you, and you, and you, almost you. And they're these young kids, man, and they're like high schoolers, but the brain is like, And I'm like, I was telling Linda this morning, it made me proud because I had a conversation a week over somebody who wants to remain nameless, and just the 4 letters that you wear on an arm because you're part of something that historic is amazing, man. It's something that you save for your kids. Even if you watch the greatest. I watch Mr. DeGrom because he's Mr. DeGrom to me. A Met pitcher. Simple game of baseball. And he struck out 14 batters again. Second time he struck out the Marlins and now the Rockies. But it is the amazement of watching the greatest baseball player in my life pitch.
You're so old school.
It's not. I got to see Michael, and I seen James. I seen these guys. The game has changed. Michael to me is the greatest basketball. Will Chamberlain, one of the greatest. I got to see them play, and now I get to see DeGrom pitch. Mr. Trout from California, Angels, one of the greatest players in the history of the game. Hank Aaron. I saw him break the record.
What's that to do with the college kids that you saw?
Because legacy begins with one brick.
But what are we talking about, basketball or college kids?
I'm talking about watching the greatest show on earth. Those kids that were in that room hooraying because that little helicopter went up 40 feet and came back.
You. Did you all understand what he was talking about?
Do you know how amazing?
Charles is like, maybe.
But do you know how amazing?
And now we're into DeGrom in the pitch. You lost me back at college.
Do you know how amazing it is?
How amazing is it?
To be part of something and to be able to watch something, that whole, you look on the news and we're shooting each other. What, another 6 massive killings again? We can talk about that all day. How many people got shot today? Guy bought a gun, cops took it away, parents call, he bought 2 more, he goes in and shoots 6 people. You want to talk about that? No, man, I'm talking about legacy. I'm talking about the greatness of who we can be. Because you put your finger on it. And these young kids, man, you got to look at what they did. It's 143 billion miles away. It ain't like from here to California.
So the atmosphere is like 10% of what we are on Earth.
They had to recreate being 110 feet, 1,000 feet, whatever, up. And the stupid little drone kept falling. You saw it because they needed oxygen, needed wind. And they figured it out.
Pretty cool.
That's amazing, man. It's
whole
amazing
different
to
perspective.
watch that. I was just amazed.
So yesterday I went out for dinner with another cousin. It was like a whole cousin weekend. These cousins I haven't seen in years and years and years. And this cousin, he's got this amazing perspective on life. And I looked at him and I said, he just made it through open heart surgery and he's doing great. And they told me a story about their son who was very ill. And they went through this and COVID and they had that. And someone else had this and another sibling had that. And I looked at them and they're sitting at dinner laughing and having a great time. And I said, are you guys always like this? And I haven't seen them in years. And they said, yeah. I said, how do you do that? He says, well, how do we not do that? He says, I'm a fixer. He says, if someone gives me a 3% chance, a 97% chance of living over 3% mortality, he goes, I got 97%, I'll play those odds all day. He says, I play the odds, I fix things, I can't harp on it. It made me think of you. And I thought, what an amazing perspective. He had open heart surgery. He probably shouldn't have even been here. They did not send him home from the cath. And the doctor, I guess, told him, you got 3% chance of mortality. He said, okay, I'm all in. When are we doing this? And he goes, what do you mean you're all in? He said, that means I got 97% chance that I'm going to be fine. And here I am. He said, it's just a change of perspective and fixing things. I can't harp on it. I got to keep going. It made me think of you. You can't think of what could...
3% mortality?
No, about the 97% odds. Because my dad would look at the 3% and you would look at the 97%.
Of course.
Because as much as we teach you that you're Batman and it's the dark side, you always look at the positive, the greater good of what could go right if we actually take a chance.
You don't get me.
We play with you a lot, which is fun.
You don't get me. I bring up the dark so you can appreciate the light.
But you look at the 97%.
Of course.
And you look at, you know what, if we don't take a chance, we don't try. Same thing with Comcast.
You walk into this place, you see that beautiful sign that the kids put up says Comcast.
I got to tell you, you guys did such a great job on Friday. Didn't get a chance to look. I walked in this morning and I looked up.
Did you see the sign?
Got in the lobby.
Look. You see
and
the
I
sign?
looked up and I said,
look.
you guys did an amazing job.
We try.
You really did an incredible job in that lobby.
Now, what's going to end up happening What's going to end up happening is when you guys produce your commercial and you sit down in a restaurant that has TVs and your commercial comes on that you did, you're going to say, that's just what happened with Freddie and me, the first one that I did 10 years ago. And Freddie started running around the restaurant. That's my dad did that, right? And he's talking to strangers. Oh my God, look at this. It was during the NBA Finals. I got a squeeze in, which means I got the commercial with Dr. Penosa put in there. And I looked up and I said, not bad. And the next thing I know, 100 people came and they buy me beers. And I didn't ask for that either, but it's the accomplishment. When you see something that great, you know, you guys are still young, man. Appreciate the rain, appreciate the sun, appreciate what you got. It's not about appreciating life. It's about appreciating the seconds in life.
And that's what at dinner, and we're sitting, there's 8 of us, and no one else seemed to even think that. And I kept looking at them saying, are you guys for real? Are you really this calm and this, you're good with all, yeah, we're good. I said, in your house? He goes, yeah, that caught on fire a couple years ago, and so we got it fixed, and we're back in there. I mean, thing after thing doesn't faze them, they keep going. It's a lesson for me to be learned of, you know what? You got to keep going because the speed bumps come, but if it gets sucked down with it, you just can't. You got to keep going. You thought I was positive? He's a whole nother side of, we got this.
But he's a little bit more mature. He understands the complexities of life.
Yep.
I got to see in 2000, it had to be 19 something because I took my baseball team to see it. It's called Hardball with G Baby. You ever heard of G Baby? Nope. You guys are young. You ever heard of Big Pop, that song? Man, I don't even want to do it because I look like a fool. But when I was coaching Little League, I took the kids every year to a movie, and we watched this movie. And my son, they called my son Giovanni G Baby, because G Baby, he dies in the movie. You got to watch it. Is killed by a bunch of mobsters in the projects in New York City, and they play baseball and they won the game for him. But it reminded me of all. I was crying like a baby. So I called my son. Neither one picks up the phone. Neither one. But it talks about when I took the team that year to see that game, I did not appreciate it as much as I do today. Maybe it's because of what's around me. Maybe it's because of what I'm surrounded by. Maybe it's because of this house, because this house is magic. You
guys are amazing. I walked into 2nd Street Deli. We talk about appreciate the younger generation. They're incredible. They did an amazing spread for Saturday, and I thought, let me just level it up. So I go in there, and there's a woman standing behind the counter, and I'm thinking, she looks familiar, and she starts screaming, Dawn, oh my gosh, I thought this was you. The lady from My Delicious Deli.
Which one?
The lady with the dark hair, whose husband was the chef.
Oh, no. My Delicious Deli.
Angela.
My Delicious Deli.
With Barry.
Barry. I know Barry. And
Angela, not his wife. She's British. The girl who ran everything. Her husband was the
chef.
Yes. So she was there. She starts screaming, "Oh my gosh, I love you guys!" And then Brandon, Christy, and Kayla, anything for you. You should have seen for 10 people the amount of food they get. 10 people. They were amazing. So I love you guys. How's Freddie? How's everything?
Did you invite him to come down? We can have a My Delicious Deli Day.
So actually, I told them that Slick was on his way up to a music festival in DeLand to sign some new artists, because you were on the road on the way up there. And, we got to get an update on how that road trip went.
I don't need an update. It's done. Moving on.
However, I'm really impressed and proud of the guys that they went.
That's right. They got up and go.
You got up, you went, you tried to do what you set out to do. Yeah. You didn't have success on, but that was nothing on your end. That was on a whole nother side of it. But you guys got up as a company. You went up. You drove up. I hope you had some nice bonding time. Did you?
Yeah, like some nice Saturday talk. 2 guys in a car.
Did you see the little picture I sent you?
I mean, yeah.
You like that little picture?
I mean, can't say I like it, but it was 4 hours.
It looked just like you.
4 hours in a car.
Who drove?
I did.
I called him a second time. Check this out. And it's real quiet. You don't hear the wind. Because when you call Slick in his car, you can hear the wind going through his car. So they must have stopped off to eat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're driving. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How far are you? Oh, we're in Orlando. Oh, you still an hour away? No, it's about 40 minutes. Now, mind you, they're eating. Right?
That's
true. Am I right? So I'm listening to this and I'm laughing. I know, how's the ride? What do you see around you? Oh, a lot of cows. He's not driving. I gotta go now.
I'll say that's how I describe like going. I'll say if you enter Port St. Lucie County all the way to Orlando, it's just cows.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know the ride.
How was the weather?
Weather was good. They said it was gonna rain. It was hot and steamy. So
Interesting. So they set out to do it. They were not successful on the other end, but not because of you, because of COVID, a situation, whatever that was.
I wasn't gonna risk taking equipment up there and losing another camera.
But they went.
Yes, they did. They made me proud.
I was so proud of you guys.
yeah, and they started the festival late because it didn't rain. So if I arrived, I probably said like an hour earlier.
Mission was accomplished on
Most
our end. It
definitely.
wasn't accomplished on their end.
Most definitely.
But I'm proud of them for going.
All right, so what do we got on the schedule? What do we got on the docket? Who's doing shows today? Anybody doing shows?
We've got talking to Taylor, small talk with Val.
You do it. Do you know who you are?
Lights Up.
What is that?
It's a Harry Styles song.
A what?
A Harry Styles song.
He doesn't know who Harry Styles is.
Who's Harry Styles?
Not Harry Styles.
That's what I thought.
I
it was.
know it is.
How do you fix your
He's
hair?
thinking Harry, like hairstyles.
Who's Harry Styles?
He's a singer.
He's a singer. He says "Lights Up."
This is the name of his song.
What are you
You know
talking
him?
about?
You know? You do?
Not personally, but yes.
You hear his
I know
music?
of him, yes.
You hear a lot of music.
You know, I try.
Is he any
He's
good?
always like, yeah.
Oh, you saw the American Music Awards this weekend?
No, actually, it was country music.
Yeah.
Wasn't it yesterday? I didn't see it.
Country music.
I was doing laundry.
You could have turned it on. Did you see it? You like country music?
You like country music?
Some country music. I don't really listen to it that much.
I do like some. I think Carrie Underwood is spectacular.
Well, she always, she's like a no-brainer. I
Country?
like some of the new artists. That guy that won, I never heard of him. I didn't hear anybody, but some of the music is pretty good.
A lot of good music comes. Was it in Nashville?
What?
Was it in Nashville?
Yeah. It's always nice.
We are talking to Taylor. We got small talk with Val. We've got Fuego with Lena. We've got podcasting class today, and Salsa's working on a new intro for the kids.
I forgot about
We're
it.
going to be up at school.
Do I gotta go?
Yes, because you got to bring Fairy.
I forgot about
The unicorn is coming. Taylor's got an exam, so she's not coming with us.
it. Well,
Val, you coming?
No.
Val's not coming. Salsa leaves, so Slick is coming with us. Slick, you coming with us today?
Oh yeah, I could come with you guys.
Okay, good.
but me and
gonna-
Stick get left out in the cold.
No, guys, we're going to be recording.
How many girls you got? You? Oh, like we did the other time? Oh, this is gonna be an
But they're little
adventure.
ones.
How you gonna do that with the 6-year-olds?
That's why I need Slick to go with me.
So it's, yeah.
iPad is what I think we're going to do.
I would do one, all 6 of them one.
Yes,
And
exactly.
it'd be easier then.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
So
gonna be
we've got
interesting.
Teddy and you, me, Slick, and hopefully Eminem comes in.
Did you get WSOMradio.com approved?
Yes, I just don't have the back end. So I'm going to send them an email today asking for the back end to get that hopefully up and running by Wednesday for the older kids. But they're very excited about it. The kids are going to be so thrilled. So we got a lot of stuff.
Got a lot of stuff to set up. Okay.
Did you see Prince Philip was laid to rest
I did not.
on Saturday?
I'm not into that whole late to rest.
I got to tell you, what they did was so no pomp and
Spectacular?
circumstance. No, it wasn't spectacular. It wasn't. It was spectacular in of the royalty of what it was and how they did it, but there were not a lot of people. There couldn't be. He had put all
20
his
people, I think.
prearrangements ahead of time, so he had designed his casket and the hearse and everything. He had picked all the songs, so he had done all his pre-need the way he wanted it. It was just
There were a lot of horses I saw.
the royalty, the regalness of the throwback to old times of what it was.
I
was
called Wayne.
amazing. Did you?
I said, Wayne, this is what I want. I want all the horses.
They had
I want
over
the whole
700
entourage.
troops.
Well, I'm not
there.
gonna get any troops, but
But it was just beautiful and regal and proper, and the music, the church, the cathedral was gorgeous. The castle, the grounds. I mean, if you look at every place that it was unbelievable. She brought treats. Good morning.
that's always a bad sign.
I know my phone's been blowing up all morning.
A bad sign. It's a bad sign when
Amy's
she
bribing
brings.
you with food today, Slick.
She brings in treats for in trouble.
Hi, Amy. but it was amazing. And I guess that he's in like this holding place until the queen passes, and then they go into their royal final
place.
burial ground. Yes.
Oh, he's in a tomb.
And then when she passes, then they get
They
get
did that
put
with
together.
my mom. They put her in the tomb until the hurricane passed.
And I guess it's underneath underneath
the catacombs.
the cathedral, the castle. So what lies beneath? You know that old saying, "What lies beneath."
Beware what lies beneath.
Unbelievable. It was beautiful. It was really tasteful and lovely and beautiful. The
You
music.
watched all of that? That was like 2 hours, 3 hour marathon.
I was getting my nails done, and it had a TV on, and I got to watch it that way. I know, the way I watch things. Multitask at best.
So I'm curious to find out. So I want you guys to grab a mic. There's one there and there's one over there. I'm curious to find out what you guys did over the weekend, because I saw a lot of stuff. Get that one in her, and then there's another one over there. There's a lot of stuff happening over the weekend. Like there was the flotilla. You know what the flotilla is? That's where they go down to South Beach, and all the boats are out there, and they're all anchored together. Thousands and thousands of people were there.
Was there a reason, or was it just for fun?
Every year is that
Okay.
way. So I guess people are just jumping back to doing what they're doing, and there was no mask wearing or anything else. I wanted to know, what did you guys do over the weekend? Are you still
Being careful.
Are you still being careful? Do you go out? What do you do? Let's start with you. Yes.
I heard
what'd you
every
do this
state
weekend?
is now open at 16
I was
for vaccines.
working this weekend as usual.
Selling ice cream.
You're selling ice
yeah.
cream?
Yeah, I worked 3 to close on Saturday, and I worked open to 5 yesterday.
Wow.
Very busy.
A lot of hours.
Yeah,
3 to 5.
3 to
Open
close.
yeah, and we close at 11. So,
Holy smokes.
You still looking to hire people?
yep. I
Anyone
just
looking for a job at
interviewed-
Cold Stone?
Yes, I just interviewed some people, so
So how are they looking?
hopefully they take their test, because you have to take a test to get the job, because like you have to know all the signatures and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
For ice cream?
Yeah.
Man, I would fail. I'd cheat.
What kind of a test?
Well, you know how we have all the kind of like signatures on the board, like all the creation things? You have to know all that, and you have to know like just other certain things, like how much ice cream goes in what sizes,
Wow.
stuff like that. So it's a lot at first, but then it like you get used to it after a while. Like you
I see a
just learn
segment
it.
coming on.
I'm kind of
How
scared.
much ice cream goes into a small? What's in the signature?
I can
cookies
never
and
pass
cream?
this
Oh.
test.
You would sample it along the way.
I will eat it. One for you or one for me?
You can quiz me on anything.
So you know all the signatures and the amounts and everything?
Yeah.
Wow, I couldn't do that. Wow, that's not.
What'd you do?
Well, I was also working. I work at a mini golf place.
Oh, that sounds
The
fun.
one in Atlantic?
No. It's called Monster Mini Golf. It's like a glow in the dark, kind of like,
Is that like your mask?
yeah.
That's so cute.
Where is this place?
It's in Coral Springs Drive.
Oh, that's
Cool.
down south.
We should go check that out.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun too. You guys
Indoor
have-
or outdoor?
Too. It's indoor, yeah.
Indoor's good. Because outdoor you melt.
Yeah.
People have to wear masks. I guess that's why you have the mask on.
Yeah.
Is that your mascot?
No, it's just this girl at my work. She made all of them for
really
like our
cute.
Christmas present. Yeah.
The people that play have to wear masks too?
Yeah.
Because it's indoors.
Yeah. It's just a mandate, like,
I
or
heard-
we get in trouble if we don't tell them to put their mask on.
No, I hear you. I heard that West Palm Beach just agreed to keep the mandate on another 2 months.
I don't.
I thought that. We don't
I
need
know
to
a
go
lot
down
of
that road.
a lot of things.
Now, are you, is it 18 holes? Miniature
Yeah.
golf? Is there bowling attached or just miniature golf?
No, there's no bowling. I think there's another location and they have bowling in Miramar, but we just have like games and the golf.
That's the one I've been to. It's the one with the bowling. Now, they turn off the lights and you have glow in the dark? Is that
Yeah.
the way it works? Do you know, when I owned bowling alleys, we used to do glow in the dark bowling. It was the bomb. It was so funny.
You didn't do well.
Me? I did very well.
What?
I used to drink. It was no league. And then they created a league of glow in the dark. That's when it got serious. And all of a sudden I stopped playing because it got too serious. But that's fun.
Salsa, what'd you do?
My friend was here this weekend, so I just kind of hung out with her, like, just like at, like in my dorm. We went to eat. We saw a movie, actually.
What'd you
to see a
see?
movie. Passengers.
You went to a movie?
There was no one in the theater.
In the theater?
It was only us.
Which one did you go to? The one on Airport Drive?
Cinemark.
Cinemark.
Yeah.
And you were the only ones there. You can
Yeah.
get food there too. Are they serving food or no?
Yeah, they're doing like discounted concession.
I love it. Is that a good movie? Because I stopped looking.
Good morning.
Good morning.
As he says,
I stopped
Negro.
looking for movies. I
got
stopped
breakfast.
looking.
Thank you.
I
I got
stopped-
breakfast.
Oh, you understand?
I stopped looking.
Concessions. So
They're reasonably priced.
Your first wife?
Friend's wife.
Oh, I thought you said your first wife. Oh, those look delicious.
What do they call those?
These are like peanut raisin cherry clusters. They look like a
Well, it has to be
breakfast
something
cookie.
Jewish, he said.
No,
Yeah, he said that,
he
right?
said my friend's wife.
I like her already.
I don't know, but they
Maybe
look
I'm gonna
good.
hire her.
We'll have to
She is
we'll
the
have
only
to
one
try
that
it.
agreed.
See how these are.
So,
Thanks, Israel.
So is that a good movie? Passengers? Is that something?
I mean, have you ever read Lord of the Flies?
In high school, about 79
It's
years
like
ago.
Lord of the Flies, but in space.
Oh, you would like this. Here, guys, have a cookie.
I'm talking here.
I know, have a cookie. It's like Lord of the Flies.
I don't want this. Hey, you eat. That looks like bird seed.
It is. I'm going to share it with the doves.
So it wasn't good?
It was good. Like, I'm glad that I would go, but I wouldn't like recommend someone to watch
You're
it.
just glad you went.
It was entertaining.
You're just glad you got
First
out.
time you've been to a movie?
No, I've been once, one other time, but we always go like later, and then no one's there. We're the only two, which is nice because you can make comments out loud.
I like, really.
Yeah, no one's there.
I want to go back. I used to go every weekend to the movies. Every Saturday I went
I
to
know.
the movies. So now I'm thinking I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to the last show because I figure nobody's going to be there. And maybe ease in and see how it looks. Because Regal, you know Regal, out on 441, shut down. But Regal, what do you mean terrible? It's the best movie theater in the world.
It's quiet.
Quiet. It was unbelievable. And they have the reclining seats. Like they did at...
Cinema.
Not Cinema has the reclining seats? Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
These
it
are good. You
changes.
should try it.
Okay, Bertie. You
You
just...
gotta get around.
I gotta get around. Now they have the thing next to the movie theater where you play. They have a
Boomers.
pitching machine, boomers.
Are they still open?
Yeah, well, you kidding? That thing was packed on Sunday. They were like,
I went out for dinner last night, and everyone has to sit outside. So they've extended the outside.
The Boomers?
Further. No, I went to 18th Street.
okay.
They took over the whole boardwalk for tables and
okay.
tents. Inside was empty.
Yes, that's what's happening. Everybody's on
So
the
we go outside, and they have a table for us, like right here. But there's people there, and there's people there, and people there. And I look at the waitress. I said, "Can I sit over there?" I laugh. She goes, "Yeah, you can have this table." Actually, there's like another table away from everybody else. But I got to tell you, there was no one inside. I would have rather sat inside than outside with everybody else. It happened to have been a beautiful night outside.
If
but
it's
everyone
empty
was-
on the inside, go inside. I go to 3Gs, I go on
yeah,
the
but
inside.
my parents wouldn't go inside, so that was a whole nother thing.
But
when
that's
you go
the
with other
thing. There's
people.
nobody inside.
There was
Everybody's
nobody
outside.
inside. My parents wanted to eat outside because they didn't want to eat inside. Inside, there was literally nobody in there.
I
It
go
was just like walking space.
3Gs, you go, you ask for Fred. You go, Fred. He goes, come here, I got something for you. He takes me to the back all the time.
There was nobody inside.
I went to some friends of yours' place. I've been going the last couple of weekends.
Where'd you
Palm Beach Bagel
Oh,
on Yamato,
the Goodmans.
the Goodmans. And I wore my ADL shirt. Remember the meetings we used to have there? And they remember. So nice people. And there's this guy named George. I see him because we sort of meet at the same time. It's not done purposely. And how you doing today? And it's so funny.
They're the nicest people. I've
Wait,
known
the food
Jill
is
and
unreal.
Chelsea were in brownies together before Girl Scouts. So since they were in kindergarten, a long time ago.
Well, if you go there, go hungry because the portions are like this.
Haven't been there in a long time, but
And I
they're really nice people.
I get all sorts of different omelets and stuff, and it's like this.
And actually, I think her husband is like the godfather to Teddy's niece. I think Stormy's
Teddy?
godfather. yeah, is the husband. It's Jill's husband, I think.
I don't think so.
Ask
Teddy
Ted-
would've
you gotta
told
ask
us.
Teddy. She told us that when we ordered in latkes for Hanukkah, and no
Really?
one had ever had a latke here.
I remember those. Oh, is that where you got them from? Nice place. And we know everybody in that mall.
Can you
We
believe how
know
long ago that was?
17, 20 years.
I gotta tell you, time goes way too fast. We're going right into summer.
We know the Dunkin' Donuts there. We know the
Mother's
liquor
Day's
store.
right around the corner. Amy and Dr. Laura are putting together a Mother's Day survival pack. Not Amy, Tracy and Dr. Laura. Tracy's going to be in today.
Tracy and Dr. Laura are
Tracy's
doing.
from Healing Moments and Dr. Laura are putting it together a Mother's Day survival pack for stress relief, anxiety.
If I were you, I would do that
Aromas.
very quickly because we talked about that Friday and already
They are. I think they're meeting tomorrow.
because of the parachute.
And Slick, apparently everyone wants to share your cushion.
What
Tracy's cushion that's here.
Oh, I love it.
I know.
That vibration
What cushion?
cushion.
The meditation cushion.
Oh, the black one?
Yeah.
So it's still here. Tracy's coming in today, and we have a guest coming in
We
virtually
got to get the
talk
Wi-Fi
about
to
that.
work.
We're gonna see if maybe Teddy can figure it out. Friday afternoon here was like just crazy busy. That didn't ever happen. And Amy's here. You got a guest coming in a little bit. We have a meeting.
Did you hear what I said you had to include in the safety kit?
What?
A parachute.
But why?
Because first of all, the parachute is this big.
Yeah.
Second of all, you put it on your finger because that's what a safety deal is. It's like a giant parachute. It's all about the here. The here, not the here.
It's
the
not
here.
safety. It's survival.
That's right. So if you're coming down off a plane, you want to have a parachute, don't you?
Okay.
Trust me on this.
Okay.
Just trust me.
Oh,
She gets it because she's a wackadoodle like me.
she's coming. She's coming on Friday. She started her Gubba Monday early.
That's right. She's still on the. She's still on the Gubba weekend. We should get the Gubba on ice cream. I gotta talk to you that.
Oh, that would be good.
Only for adults. A signature.
When are you here again this week? Thursday?
Yes.
Maybe
You
we can
bet.
get some ice cream. So when Steve comes in, we can do a Gubba Sunday on Friday.
Steve is coming Friday. Are you here Friday?
I'm gonna,
That's a yes or no. Are you
oh, that's
coming?
a yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get over here somehow.
Where are you going to Canada?
Uber.
Oh,
You gonna
they're
Uber?
down to one car. They're a one-car family.
You're going to Uber?
I'm gonna Uber over.
They're a one-car family.
Oh, you don't live far from me. You just bring a bike.
Delray?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not that far.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
with
not
the fight.
See it now.
It's hilarious. That's how Gia used to go to school. We used to say that song to him all the time. He gets very mad.
So we got a lot of stuff going up. We got new crew, and we're going to put Haley to the test. You have some things that you've put together in editing. All right, so let's take a look and see what she's got. We're going to work on a sizzle reel. I'm going to send that commercial out. We have to edit the piece from the lady we had on Friday about selling your business.
Yes. Yes. I was wondering, the lady. She goes, the business lady.
Michelle.
That cuts it down.
Michelle Seller. So we're going to do that. A lot of little things. And Salsa says she likes making calls so much, I've got a list for her phone calls to follow up on.
Sasa has to work the Spanish piece.
It's only 10 o'clock. We got things to do. And we got Slick. Slick, we're going to reset the set and get ready for Monday morning. Ready to rock and roll. What are you talking about? I'm talking to Taylor today.
I was thinking about talking about conspiracy theories.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty interesting. I mean, I was teaching myself about them because I didn't know. So I
In which
figured-
subject? Because there's so many going on right now.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch. So there's a lot of them.
Hey, what's
I
interesting
learned.
is how a conspiracy theory starts. So you heard about the UFOs, right?
Yeah.
So
There
you
was a
heard
lot of
now
those.
that the government has lifted the 40-year ban. There was 40 years there was a ban you couldn't talk about UFOs. That's been lifted. No longer can you put a ban on it. Now it's open to the public if you go and you read it. So now they have film of pilots in the military that actually did UFO sightings, and now it's been confirmed.
You know what? I find myself listening to things going, conspiracy, conspiracy, like today. And I'm thinking, what is wrong with me? Why do I'm so not trusting these days?
But it isn't about trusting us. Do you really believe these theories exist?
I believe them, and I also believe that people have kept things quiet
Not to start a panic.
Not to start a panic, but yet in my mind I feel like they've existed, and sometimes we're drinking the Kool-Aid, and I want to be the Kool-Aid. I want to.
You don't want to be the Kool-Aid. You want to drink the
I want to
Kool-Aid.
be the Kool-Aid. I don't want to drink what everybody else is saying. I want to actually be it.
I see.
Frame It is in the house.
Frame It. That's a good name.
That's the name of her business. He likes that name.
I like Frame It.
I didn't, it wasn't my idea.
Yes, take all the credit. Why don't you? There you
All right,
go.
have a great day, everyone. Stay safe. Tune in to Talking to Taylor and Small Talk with Val. We got Fuego 2.0 coming up, and then our afternoon show. So we got Steve-O in the house.
That's what I heard.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Have a great morning.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.